Hi, I'm Inma Martinez. I am a digital pioneer and AI scientist. I am a member of the GPA, the Global Partnership on AI, set up by multi-countries to look at the development of artificial intelligence in the world and how is it going to be put as a force for good in society and businesses. I'm delighted to be here at the launch of the digital transformation space at Fiber Hub in Cornwall. What I have been sharing with the audience today has been really what ignites innovation in the decade that we're going to be starting, and especially how we need to look at digital transformation and how business and society are going to adopt it and use it. And in as much as there is a lot of technological components, such as new technologies like edge computing and cloud and drones and AI, there is a massive influence of how the people, the stakeholders, the business owners and the innovators need to start thinking around what innovation really is and what it is for. And today, more than maybe 10 years ago, is about solving real problems. The level of complexity in society now and the level of responsiveness that we have to have, for example, whenever you launch something, has to be at scale, meaning it has to reach a lot of people. It has to be of use for the masses rather than for just a particular segment of the population. These are the challenges, and the challenges sometimes is having the courage to look at a sector, a huge sector, and say, actually no, this is how that sector should be now. And it can be a pricing model, it can be a new way to conceive a product or a service, and really changing things 180. So it's about 1/3 technology, 1/3 the mindset that you have, that creativity, thinking like an innovator, and then the attitude to actually go ahead and do it. And these are the three things that you need in this day and age to really create an innovation footprint in the world. And the great thing about Fiber Hub is that it's in a locality that is really containing the ingredients that you need for people like that, because cities are very alienating places, and it's really hard to connect to each other, and if you then move into a place where you have a university next to you, you have small businesses that can be your partners, that you can do MVPs and movable pilots with them, then you have everything within your reach. And more innovation is done in hubs like this rather than in the big super capitals of the world, which really made sense when you were looking for funding, and that's why you needed to be next to the banks. But now if you create enough innovation, the money comes to you, to actually see what you are doing. And the most important thing in innovation these days is the people. Who is going to be working in this project, which is that first client that wants to deploy your technology and maybe see what it can be doing for them. So the new innovation is very, very much a combination of analog and digital, and having access to creating local partnerships and creating ecosystems. That is what makes innovation really flourish. Otherwise, it's really hard to fund, and it's not about moving people into a big city center, but actually moving creative people to collaborate with each other within a space. And that's why spaces like this really achieve things, because it's about creating a community of creators, and not just them, but the companies that will be using such technologies.